Hey guys, I'm going to walk you through the mechanics of placing the weekly trades. It's very, very simple. The first thing you're going to do is log into your account on Ripple Quants. And once you're logged in, you're going to see the membership console right here. If you don't see that, then you're not logged in, meaning you have to press this button right here, which is going to say login, and you put in your username and your password, log in, and that's the first page you should see. The one thing to look out for is the link down here, Weekly Cryptonaissance Report. That's where you want to go. I could click on that right now, but I'm going to show you a little bit of a shortcut that I put together, which is right here. So instead of typing this URL, you can also, or click on this link, you can actually just do this. You can just type in cryptonaissance.com. It's a little relay that I set up. So if you're lazy and you're logged into the site, which you may already, then you can just do that and it'll forward you here, okay? So here it is. Let's scroll this up a little bit. As you can see, the first thing that you want to look out for are last week's returns. So in this case, these are the returns for week number 18, because this is the report for week number 19, which actually right now actually ends in an hour or two. And you see the returns here in percentage terms in Bitcoin percentage returns, right? Because these are Bitcoin crosses. And on the right here, you see the returns calculated in USD. Now, why in USD? Because that's the currency I've selected right now. And scroll down a little bit here, you will see that you can actually change this to euro. And it'll take sometimes a few seconds for this to be updated, because these are actually dynamic quotes. And there you go, it just happened. And you see the current Euro USD exchange rate, and it will do all the math for you. So this is more of a convenience, because in most cases you will probably just use Bitcoin anyway as your basis. But if you can't, then this is a very good guide. And I'm going to change this back to USD just for now. And again, as you can see, this takes a few seconds until it kicks in, because the script doesn't always hit the exchange, otherwise we would get rate limited. So on the bottom, what we see here are our 5 coins for this week. We would have already traded them, because as I'm recording this, it's Sunday, and we would have placed these trades on a Monday as early as possible. Now you see 5 coins and you see the quotes you really don't care too much about. What you really care about are 2 things. First one is how much money do you have in Bitcoin? And for that, we need to consult our trading account. So I have 2 open right now. One is Kraken and one is Binance. Okay, I funded, these are 2 little cracker accounts I funded. Actually, this one was at 5 grand. I wanted this to be the starting point for both accounts. So I created them specifically for the group to trade them up, starting from 5 grand, and see how far we can get it. But then, Bitcoin kept dropping, so I'm going to have to deploy a little bit more tomorrow. And this one is here right now, a bit higher. So maybe I'm just going to move things around. Okay, that's the first thing we want to know. How much do we have? So right now in this account, I have 0.10 something Bitcoin. So I'm going to copy this and going to take it over here, and I'm going to paste it in here. So that's what the right amount, right? So it's 4,843, and this one says 4,709. Okay, it's not exactly, I think it's maybe the difference between Tether and USD, but I mean, it's not too bad. This is good enough. And now we have this in sync, right? We have our account showing here, the account that we're trading currently in dollar terms, or if it's euros, then euro terms. And it automatically calculates the amount of Doge, ETC, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and so on, that you can trade. And the next thing you want to do is, of course, trade. And I'm going to show how to do that. I've made this very easy for you, because as opposed to having to select this and then do the copy paste thing, all you have to do is just click on this icon right here. And on the bottom, I'll do this again. There you go. So I've clicked it, and you can see it goes gray, right? And what it just popped up on the bottom, it basically let you know that it was copied into the buffer. And that's very convenient, because now we can just take that over into the trading account and place our trade. So Here in Binance, the easiest way is just use the classic interface under trade. And then, of course, what you need is the coin. So you might want to remember that, which is Doge, correct? Okay, so we're going to type in Doge. And so the first thing that might cause some confusion is which Doge cross do we really take? I personally go with this one, usually, okay? So we have the code here. That did pretty well. And what we're going to do next is we're going to just paste an amount that we copied from here, 1950, okay? It does the conversion automatically, right, if there's no fractions. So it's 1945. So it's very convenient. And then we press the button. You can, of course, get a little bit more fancy and you can start with stop limits and everything, okay? So here, you put the amount in again. And then you can place a stop, you can place the limit. And if you're more sophisticated, then you can do it this way. This way you get a particular price, right? A stop is not necessary. It would always immediately turn into a limit order if you just place it like this. With stop, it waits for a particular price, okay? That's basically it. And once you execute that, you've placed your trade. And then you keep doing the same thing. So the interface tells you which coin you have traded, because it's gray, in case you forget. So you copy this one, okay? So it's 10 units of that, of ETC. And now this time we want to place the trade in our Kraken account. Now here we have a different account principal. So we're gonna make some changes, right? So how much do we have? We have 5,888. How much Bitcoin is that? Okay, well, it's that much Bitcoin. So we're gonna copy that, and we're gonna copy that over here, in here. There, okay. And we're gonna unfreeze this. So this is something I want to mention. Again, in order to abide by exchange policy, we need to really be careful with how many times we hit the exchange, especially when a lot of people are accessing it. So this gets frozen. If you see that, then you just press unfreeze and you're getting the latest quote. And if you want to really be 100% sure you're getting the latest quote, wait a few seconds until you have that. If you see the number change here, doesn't seem to be changing, so fine. Okay, so we're good to go. And now we're going to go and copy this one again. So it's 12.66 now. And we're going to go over here to our Kraken account. We need to place the order now. And the way to do it is to, again, press the trade menu. And then you have a choice between simple, intermediate, advanced. And here you can select basically the currency. And you type in ETC. We already had it open. And then you select it from here. Sometimes when it's pressed like this, you don't want to find it. So type in, keep typing. That's my tip. It's a little bit confusing. That's something that happened to me in the beginning. I'm like, why can't I find this pair? It does not exist there. Is there a problem? But no, just keep on typing and it'll flip between these currencies. So in this case, we're going to go with ETC Bitcoin. That's what we want. We want the Bitcoin cross, because otherwise the math is not correct, right? Because if we're trading ETC USD, then the units are different. So we don't want that, okay? So we paste the unit in there. I usually use the intermediate tab, and I'm just typing the amount here, right? And there it is, 12.6, and that's it. Same thing, right? You can do limit order, market order, limit order, and it's very, very simple. And then you just basically execute it, and that's that. And then you have your order. The other thing to do once you place the orders, you need to sell the previous ones, okay? So get rid of those. You might actually have to do this before if your account principal isn't high enough, right? And once you sold them, then you buy those, right? You can just go in and just, again, it's the same thing. You just type it in and you know how many you have from your previous one, your previous week, and just sell them right here. You sell your positions that you have open, and then you're done. And that's basically it. There's really not too much to it. It's a very simple mechanism. You don't really have to do much. You don't have to overthink it. And there's nothing else to do until next Monday. So about the rollover times, when should I do it? Is there a wrong time? Is there a right time? Do it on Monday as soon as you can. That's my answer, really. Don't overthink it. And that's it. You're done for the week until next week. And pay attention to the week number. It's going to be 20. Then you know when the new one has rolled over. It's also very easy to figure out what's the current week. What is current week number? You can do that if you really have doubts whether or not you've done it. It's week number 19. So very simple. Okay, that's it.